We all buy air purifiers thinking they are the ultimate solution to pollution. We see those green lights and think our air is crystal clear. Oh, really? Today I am going to break down 5 major problems and technical limitations of air purifiers that brands usually don't tell you. If you want to actually breathe clean air, you need to understand these gaps. Problem number 1, the noise paradox. To get the maximum CADR, means clean air delivery rate, you have to run the machine on full speed. However, at full speed, the noise can be incredibly disturbing, especially while sleeping or working. Now, you might think I will just put it on sleep mode or low speed. But here is the catch. At low speeds, the air filtration rate drops significantly. If your room is not perfectly sealed, the PM 2.5 levels will start to rise again, faster than the machine can clean them. You are often forced to choose between a quiet, silent room versus truly clean room. Problem number 2. Sensors are often misleading. Most budget and mid-range purifiers only have a PM 2.5 sensor. They don't measure TVOCs, formaldehyde, NO2, carbon monoxide. Furthermore, many sensors are capped. They might stop reading at 500 or 600, even if the actual pollution outside is much higher. And worst of all, the sensors are usually placed right next to the filter intake. This means it detects the clean air being circulated nearby and turns green very quickly, even if the air on the other side of your bed is still polluted. Problem number 3 is carbon filter issue. To remove smells, gases and VOCs, you need activated carbon. But budget air purifiers often use a thin sponge-like sheet dusted with carbon rather than actual carbon granules. These get saturated in weeks and becomes useless. For real protection, you need high density carbon granules. Think of it like this. A thin sheet is like a small towel trying to soak up a flood, a huge amount of water. Okay, here the density matters a lot because the more carbon surface area you have, the more harmful gases the filter can trap. Problem number 4. Air purifiers can't trap every pollutant inside them. For example, HEPA filters and carbon filters of air purifiers are completely useless against carbon monoxide. Even for nitrogen dioxide, guys, which is common in Indian cities due to heavy traffic, only some high-end brands like Dyson, which use specially treated carbon, can tackle NO2 successfully. But most average purifiers simply let this gas pass right through or capture in a very small amount. So you might be filtering dust, but you are still breathing in harmful combustion gases. Finally, the biggest irony, problem number 5, the CO2 trap, means carbon dioxide. To make an air purifier effective, we seal our windows and doors. But when humans breathe in a sealed room, CO2 levels rise rapidly. High CO2 leads to headache, drowsiness and poor sleep quality and even poor brain functioning. Most people don't have a separate CO2 meter, so they have no idea the air is becoming stale. To fix this, you have to open the door and let fresh air in. But then PM 2.5 levels spike again. This is a massive challenge at night especially. How do you balance low PM 2.5 with safe CO2 levels while you sleep? So in conclusion, guys, air purifiers are great tools, but they are not magic. You need to run them at higher speeds when possible, check your filter density and ensure occasional ventilation despite the pollution outside. If you found this technical breakdown helpful for your health, hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments, does your air purifier's noise bother you at night? Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I will see you in my next video. Till then, be healthy, be fit. Bye.